Alright, okay, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go ahead and get this image ready for you guys. Well, let me go ahead and get the regular video ready for you guys. But let me also pull the chat back up, or I could just use my phone to see chat, either or. Doesn't make me know, never mind. And since I'm not close to my laptop, I'm going to need to use this in order to make sure that the audio is fine. Because this is the first time I'm doing something like this. So, just bear with me. Now that I think about it, this is actually the second time I've done an unboxing. The first time was for, the Infinity Gauntlet over here. But today, we are going to be doing an unboxing of the latest addition to the Legends series for Marvel, the Avengers Endgame Stormbreaker axe. And I got some batteries charging over there because this thing requires 3 AA batteries in order to fully power up. But I figured I'd go ahead and get myself a little early birthday present. So I saw this in GameStop and I wanted it. So I went ahead and got it. So let's go ahead and crack this thing open. Let's not delay the inevitable. Let's just go ahead and get this thing open. It's already got some stuff here already. Got the manual and the 571 different language warnings about this being a choking hazard for small pieces or whatnot. Because don't you know that we need these warnings in Norwegian? We gotta have them. Then we have pretty much the instruction manual for this thing. So we gotta take off one part here, put 3 batteries in there. And I wonder if there's an off switch. Because the thing is, Mjolnir has an off switch. This has an on and off switch. I don't know if this one has it, because I didn't really see it. But here... Oh. It doesn't want to turn on now. Never mind, there we go. This thing has an on and off switch. So I don't know if Stormbreaker is going to have it. So, let's go ahead and get it out of the box. Completely this time. Then we just have a little consumer services notice here. You know, ain't nobody interested in the consumer service. Is this thing upside down? Is it upside? I think it's upside down. They got it upside down. Okay, this thing was a bit bigger than I thought. It's got that brand new, fresh in box smell. So not only do they have this thing secured in there, but they also have some thick zip ties that I gotta get through in order to get to this. See if I can do this carefully without... I'm gonna need something stronger. Here we go. For some odd reason, I keep a lot of tools under my bed. I got screwdrivers and a Swiss Army. Let's see if this can snip through it. Trying to be careful because I don't want to do any permanent damage to Stormbreaker. And there we go. It only pulled on it. It only pulled on it just a little bit. So we got the head of the axe, and it's got like a little covering here at the top. And there's a button here on the side, and the cool thing, ooh, this is actually really cool. When I touch the wood part, it's like a semi-soft material. It's a semi-soft material on the wood part, so it actually feels malleable just a bit. Just a bit, though. It does slide off just a little bit here at the top, but that's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I kind of expected something like that to happen. Hey, D-Train, what's going on? We're doing an unboxing of Stormbreaker, the newest addition to the Marvel Legends series. So, got the axe right here. Now we just need to get the shaft out. Got 2 screws. We're gonna need these. And the shaft is just secured in there. Get my box cutter. Where did I put it? Pretty much just, wow, this thing actually has some weight to it. Let me see if you guys can see this. There is a thick metal rod running through the entirety of the entire shaft of this. And it is actually pretty hefty. This weighs just about the same as Genji's sword that I have in the back corner there. But it's definitely got some weight to it, and it's a solid 4-part rod that just sits right in there. So we got the axe, and we have that set up. Now we need to pay attention to the instructions. And get the part we need off so we can actually put this thing together. Okay, so this part that part actually came off a lot easier than I was expecting. But the main important thing is, let me see. Also, let me know if my voice is projecting. Jonas, what's going on? We're doing an unboxing of the Marvel Legends Stormbreaker axe. And let me just make sure I'm doing this correctly. 1, 2. Okay. This is going to go in here. Let me secure this. Alright. Shaft is in. Now we're going to need to take those screws and secure them in there. This thing was kind of a little bit bigger than I was originally expecting. Because I knew it was going to be big, but I didn't realize it was going to be this big. I got like a full setup of screws and stuff. I'm prepared. If I'm not using this set to, clean out my PS4, because I clean my PS4 about once a month. So that way I can keep it free of dust and that it doesn't overheat and that it always stays cool and clear. And, it doesn't go off like a jet engine every time I pop in, I don't know, God of War or Red Dead Redemption or any game that has like a whole bunch of graphics to it. But if I'm not using this to clean out my PS4, I'm using it to do stuff like this. Make sure those screws are secure in there so that way this thing doesn't move whatsoever. All right, we're good there. It's in there nice and secure. Now, actually, I probably should have kept that in there. Watching Thor right now? Well, what a coinky dink. Enjoy Thor and the might of Mjolnir. I'm sorry, that was cheesy. I know. All right, so I got my hands on some rechargeable batteries. I put them in a little while back. Actually got some scraggly edges on the axe here. I can feel it. Might need to smooth those out just a little bit, but it's not really a big deal. But let me get the batteries real quick and we'll put it inside the axe. All right, does it have an on and off switch? Because I can't tell. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the batteries in here just to show it off. But once I'm done, I'm going to take the batteries out and then fully charge them. But we got the battery compartment in there. So let's put this on correctly so that way it can... All right. Make sure it's nice and secure up there. And there you have it. This is the... All right. I forgot I'm holding the button piece that's on there. Now this thing got a little bit... Hold on. now that I got it unboxed, I can switch the camera view. So. I'm not even moving all that much, and it's still responding. Somehow. Alright. Let me switch up the camera view real quick, and then I'll hold it up closer for you guys to be able to see. I gotta put my setup back to the way it was, so that way everything moves smoothly for tomorrow's big stream we got. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? This is actually a pretty good view, so that way I can show you guys. I still got the coverings on here, so let me just take those off. And there's still coverings here on the corners. They're actually taped down. They actually got the corners taped down because this is rated 18 plus. So this is not something you need to be giving your kids. This is not for kids that like to throw stuff around and think that they're Thor, and then they end up putting a hole into your wall, because this most definitely will put a hole in your wall. The points are not razor sharp, but they are sharp enough to cause household damage. So this is pretty good. I like it. It's nice and snug. There's I'm not even moving all that much, and it's tracking the movement. So, unfortunately, this thing doesn't have a shut on, shut off feature like Mjolnir does. So at any given point, I'm not even moving at all. But it feels like sometimes even the slightest provocation can cause this thing to get set off. So I can't even trust myself to move competently without it feeling like it's gonna just suddenly go off in sound or anything. But this is a pretty solid axe, just a battle axe. Nice design and everything. The wood finish is very well done, though I may need to like rub out some corners here and there because I could hear some scratching sounds from it when it was up against my bed. So might need to, just subtly file them down so it's not just scraggly wood-like pieces just sticking out on it. But overall, I like the design. Really do. Like the design of the hammer section. And you got the Asgardian runes on the side. And then I like the axe part of this. It is very well done, very well designed. And the thing about it is, it is semi-translucent. I don't know if you can see this. Actually, you know what? A good way to do this is to get my phone and have a flashlight up to it. But these metal pieces, they are not completely solid. They are in fact translucent if you hold it up to the light or something. Hold on, let me see. I don't know if you can see this. I got my flashlight through here, but you can see this thing lights up, and you can see crackle. You can see crackle indentions inside of the axe itself to facilitate the effect of lightning when the effects are going through it. And it goes through the entire head of the axe, and it goes through the entire hammer section of, well, the hammer end of the axe. So it's very well, when it's not lit up, it looks like it's solid. But when you activate sounds and the like, you can see it light up from the inside. So it is very, very cool. And it is also very, very weighty. Now, it is not... Okay, now that you guys can see my face rather than just, solely this the whole time. I need to set it back so that way I'm... See? I'm not even touching it all that much, and yet it's not hit. It's not hit activated. It's weird. It's weird how it activates. It says it activates when I move it. It's weird how it activates when I'm in the middle of speaking. But when I actually wanted to make sounds, it does nothing unless I hit this button right here, because that activates, you know, different types of sounds and the like as well. Now, here's the thing. There is, in fact, a warning for flashing lights and loud sounds. So if you or anyone else you know who could be around this suffer from epilepsy, see? I'm barely moving at all, and the thing just... Now, that sound effect actually lasts a long time. So I'm kind of... The thing that doesn't make this, like... I'm barely moving it. The thing that doesn't make this like a 9 out of 10, it's an 8 out of 10, but the thing that doesn't make this a 9 or a 10 out of 10 for me is the fact that it doesn't have a feature on it that allows me to just simply turn off the sounds itself. Because what if I'm moving this and it's late at night? I don't know, I could be up and I want to hold it in 3 o'clock in the morning. But, what if I just want to pick this up and I don't want it to make any noise, and then as soon as I move it, or without the slightest provocation, it just simply goes off. So that's kind of a con for me for this, but overall the rest of this product is really, really, really good, and I actually like it. I like the build of everything. I like how it feels, the textures, everything. The paint job is great. The wood grain is great. Sound effects, well... It speaks for itself. So overall, this is yet another great addition to my Marvel weapons collection with the Infinity Gauntlet, Black Panther's helmet. Figured out a way that I figured out a way I can cancel out that loud sound effect. Just hit the button and cause a short one to happen. But Infinity Gauntlet, Black Panther's helmet, this thing does not want me to say anything else other than Stormbreaker first. The Infinity Gauntlet, Black Panther's helmet, and Mjolnir. See? I'm not even really moving it all that much. And to give you a size comparison to this thing is roughly the size of Mace Windu's lightsaber. I got a measuring tape here. You might as well see how long this thing actually is. So, from tip to tip, this thing is clearly over 3 feet. It is exactly... It is exactly almost 42 and a half inches long. So that makes it the third biggest weapon that I have in my room. Sorry if I actually didn't show that. I forgot that my camera was pointed here at my chair rather than... I'm not even over there, and it's making sounds. I'm not moving it. I'm not moving... I think it has an overly sensitive motion trigger because I don't have it in my hands. I'm not even touching it. It's on my bed right now. But it's making sounds without me being near it. And it shouldn't be able to make sounds on its own. But it's doing it. And this is not the first time I've seen this. I saw someone else doing a reaction to unboxing for it. And it was making sounds the entire time she was unboxing. So, yeah, it's almost like Stormbreaker does in fact have a mind of its own. It makes sounds when it wants to, and it makes noise when it wants to. Even if I want it to make noise, it makes sounds when it wants to. But overall, it doesn't make sounds when I pick it up. Overall, very nice product. Just a little bit, one last look at it before I bring this unboxing to a close here. Overall, I enjoyed it. This is nice. This is very nice. I love the overall designs. You don't need to worry. I won't go around. No one is gonna be taking this thing going for the head, as Thanos did say. So, I also highly suggest that you don't attempt to, because you can do some serious damage with this. I'm not gonna lie. Even though it's not made for that purpose, it is in fact very bludgeon worthy. If you're not using the hammer part of it, the axe part can very well do a lot of damage if used incorrectly. So just a little disclaimer there for everyone involved. If you intend to cosplay using this, just be careful around people and just don't hit anybody with it, because it will hurt. These pieces are literally heavy. They are heavy and they're weighted. And weighted objects hitting human bodies never tends to go well for the human body. So just keep that in mind. Overall sculpt of it, even the bottom part of this is hollowed out a little bit, because you know the history of Stormbreaker. In the MCU films, after Hela destroyed Mjolnir in Thor Ragnarok, I almost forgot what the movie was called. In Thor Ragnarok, Hela destroyed Mjolnir, and after that, when it came to Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, Thor went to Nidavellir in order to get a new weapon forged. And then there was Eitri, king of the dwarves, who was there. Thanos came there and had the dwarves build the Infinity Gauntlet, but also slaughtered every single one of the dwarves except for Eitri, in order to ensure that no one else could build anything that could go up against the Infinity Gauntlet. And to add insult to injury, I don't know if my mic was I don't know if you guys could hear me through the axe, because the axe was right in front of the microphone. In order to ensure that Eitri could not forge anything that could destroy or go up against the Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos covered and fused metal to Eitri's hand, so that way he could never forge anything again. Now, Groot, Rocket, and Thor went to Nidavellir in order to forge something new, and with the, power of the dying star, they forged the metallic part using Uru metal, which is the same metal used to make Thor's Mjolnir, and the same metal used to create the Infinity Gauntlet. This was smelted, but in the process, Thor seemingly almost died. So, in order to create a handle and a shaft to hold Stormbreaker together, Groot wrapped his arm around the already smoldering hot pieces of the head and axe head of Stormbreaker, and then severed his own arm, and thus essentially Groot and Thor created Stormbreaker. So this is the history of this weapon. And of course, he went back in time with Rocket in order to get the ether from Jane Foster, and in the process, he also got Mjolnir back as well, and brought that with him to fight with him in the Endgame final battle against Thanos. And then he's just been using it ever since. Now, the thing about Stormbreaker is, while Mjolnir was already a powerful weapon, I am so surprised that this thing has not made any noise since I've been doing this exposition dump. while Mjolnir was already an incredibly powerful weapon, Eitri has said that Stormbreaker was by far the most powerful weapon forged. It was meant to surpass Mjolnir, and it is classified as a king's weapon. So this is supposed to be the epitome of dwarven craftsmanship. When it comes to weapons forged for the Asgardians, this is the pinnacle of that craftsmanship. The best type of weapon that anyone could possibly have in Asgard, this is it. Mjolnir was good, but Stormbreaker is far better. It is imbued with the power of the Bifrost, which makes it so that Thor can basically transport himself without the need of Heimdall. Well, without the Bifrost bridge gate, he can pretty much just transport himself and other people with him around anywhere. So the Bifrost is in fact infused into Stormbreaker. Not only that, but it's also it was specifically created to counteract the Infinity Gauntlet, which is why when Thanos tried to blast the Stormbreaker when it was hurtling towards him, Stormbreaker pretty much negated that effect, and it pretty much almost killed Thanos. Of course, a lot of people say that Thanos didn't know what it was at the time, so that's the reason why he didn't fully counteract it there immediately. But the fact that it was able to absorb all the powers of all Infinity Stones while it was hurtling towards him and completely ignored and, just injured Thanos just speaks to this weapon's level of power, which makes it one of the most powerful weapons in all of the MCU. Another thing that is capable of doing is that it greatly augments Thor's abilities, such as when Thor started to embrace his lightning powers and all the powers that he had pretty much a little bit suppressed in him, this greatly increases it. If you remember when Thor showed up in Infinity War to help out Black Panther and the people of Wakanda, and he said, "Bring me Thanos," and he jumped in the air, the whole sky darkened, and he charged with lightning, and then the impact from him smashing into the ground was greatly increased from that you could see from Mjolnir. So Stormbreaker is a far superior weapon to Mjolnir in terms of all aspects of quality. But that's enough of exposition for Stormbreaker in the MCU. I'm just glad that I got such a powerful weapon added to my collection. This is a little bit of an early birthday gift to me, and I am very pleased with my purchase. And it wasn't all that expensive either. I got it from GameStop, and luckily enough, I had more than enough points to put a couple of certificates in there to knock some of the price down just a little bit. So this was, in fact, a lot cheaper than I was expecting to walk out with. But overall, I have no regrets with this thing. I have no regrets, and I am pleased with my purchase. So that's all I got for you guys, ladies and gentlemen, today. I kind of wanted to do this because I wanted to get it on footage of me opening up this bad boy right here. But that's all I got. So with that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you enjoyed what you saw here, today, consider subscribing because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples. I'm trying to be slick and trying to put my background up, but it ain't working.